All right, what's going on, guys? We're back with another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to be going over all the information for Part 2 for the Global Dokkan campaign. So getting to this a little bit later, I wanted to try to, get my summons, watch the live stream, get the 55% videos out, and then kind of go over all this stuff, and in between, work and life, like trying to get all this stuff done. So we're getting around to this now, and I want to just run through everything so you guys are aware of everything that's going on, and be able to have you guys reach out to me if you have any questions about anything. So let's jump into this. So thanks for your support. The international version is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Part 2 of the wonderful worldwide campaign is on. Wonderful indeed it is. I think they completely outdid themselves with this Part 2 choice. Gogeta, Omega, very, very good. Omega's very strong. He's very good on his team. Gogeta's just him. All right, so thanks for your support. International version is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Part 2, yep. So the Dokkan Festival with the Legendary Summon Carnival as well. Dude, they're so good, man. They're so good. Okay, so they got the LR, the free-to-play Nova Shenron and his event, which we'll take a look at as well. Log in, and they said end in 6, so that's going to be the Eternal Dragon campaign that they're doing. So what is it, like 2 days from now it will be the another one for this, so make sure you log in on that day, get some extra rewards. Part 2, okay, so the GT theme, Don Don is playing in the background, so in any of the videos, if it's playing, you're probably just going to hear random other background music, just because we don't want to get copyright struck around here. Let's see. All right, yep. Continue to enjoy the Global Dokkan campaign to the fullest, and we will, don't you worry. So Don Don is going to go all the way until the end of Part 2, so presumably until Part 3 or EX Part, whatever it's going to be, we'll have Don Don playing, and I've got some theories, so we'll talk about those too. I like to speculate. You guys, if you've hung around this channel long enough, we haven't been around very long, but I love to speculate, dude. It's my favorite part. Wrong or right, dude, it's just so much fun. Okay, so let's jump into this. So the premium movie, yep, so when you log in, you're going to get the login movie. The Dokkan Festival and the Carnival are here, so Dokkan Fest Omega and Carnival Gogeta, they are phenomenal units, man. They are great, like easily some of the best units of the game. Gogeta's probably number 1, dude. Like he's just, like I said, man, he's just him. It's crazy. So you're getting the special multi discounts, right? 3+1. That's going to go until the 8th. The actual summon is going to go until the 11th, which I believe is like the end of the official Dokkan campaign. So those will be live for quite a while. So, get that boy, man. He's good. Let's see. So the ticket summon, those go until the 18th. So if you buy the tickets, those are the global exclusive paid tickets from the like Pilaf's Trove, basically, that they don't guarantee you anything. You'll get guaranteed a featured with the premium tickets, but you're not guaranteed the headliner unit. So those will go until the 18th if you decide to pick those up. This right here is the packs. So this is actually where you're going to get those tickets that we just spoke about. So those are going to be up until the 11th that you can buy them. You can use them up until the 8th. But remember, you do have to spend real money for this. You get some skill orbs, you get some other stuff in there, you get some tickets, and I mean, some people like to buy the first pack because it's like $5. After that, it's kind of up in the air, man. All right, so this is a new stage for the Dokkan event for the Omega Shenron. Special background music plays. So on the very last stage, they're gonna play Don Don. So, make sure you watch out. If you're a content creator, you do anything, make sure you watch out for that stuff. So this is the event here. Very easy, just a normal Dokkan event, right? Go through the couple phases of Omega, and just kick them in the teeth, get your medals, get out, awaken your boys. Okay, so Dragonstone sales are going till the 7th, which is very odd if the campaign goes until the 11th. I'll just say that. I'm leaving that there for now. We'll come back to that. Special missions. So we had the panel missions for Part 1. Those still go to the 11th. The panel missions for Part 2 are available now. We will also go over those here in a minute. You know what? Actually, we'll look at them now. So the Part 2 panel missions are here. So 2 separate boards. First board, exchange treasure for items, training clouds, Dokkan event, you know, clear with GT bosses, with GT heroes. It's a bunch of just like these random, easy to clear missions that you're going to kind of do as you just play the game. But this is where you're going to get a bunch of those extra rainbow tickets, the global Dokkan tickets that are going to give you the shot at getting one of the headliner units. So make sure you guys are completing these. The second board does have a few question marks for these 3 events. So I think they're like the team cooperation event, the Shadow Dragon event, stuff like that, that will be added in later. So you're not going to be able to get all these tickets now, but you can get most of them. And then once these become available, probably in the next week, you'll be able to pick these up as well. I imagine next week will be, we'll have these available to us, and we'll be able to get those. So keep an eye out for those. I'll let you guys know when those actually do become available. Yep, those are going to run until the end of the celebration. Then you've got this here, which is the actual summons that you'll use those tickets for. So this right here is pretty unique. So I think we all originally thought that it was going to be a multi using the 50 tickets with a increased chance to get a featured character. If you use all 50 tickets, you're going to perform a single summon with a 44% chance to pull the headliner unit, and he will be the only featured character on that banner. So if you get a guaranteed feature animation, you know, not talking Zeno, not talking Rewind, not talking Rift, I'm talking like Hercule on Boo or a fusion, like something like that you know you guarantee a featured, you're basically guaranteed it to get the new character. You can also perform singles. You can perform in sets of 10. These are just like performing normal summons. They're normal rates. They're, you know, the 5% for the featured. So not as good of a choice to do there. I would recommend the 50 tickets. That's just personal preference, man. I think just statistically, you're getting yourself a better shot if you use the 50 tickets for the 44% than multiple chances with a 5%. You know, I mean, you could get lucky. I've seen people get really, really lucky off this and get multiple, but if your luck ain't like that, man, I don't know. There will be 100 total of these, so you should have all 50 from part 1 if you completed all the missions. Part 2, you're not able to get all 50 just yet because of some of those panel missions, but once those do become available, you'll be able to get all of them, and you'll be able to do a second summon on those banners. So once all that stuff goes live, we'll make sure to cover that. I'll make sure to drop a video kind of going over this a little bit more in depth and doing my summons. So that's there. The Global Dokkan Awakening. So if you've noticed in the missions, right, you're able to do these missions to get a bunch of medals for all the Dokkan events. I recommend running through them. I have not completed all of them yet because I just haven't had the time, but there's a lot of them. You can get a bunch of extra medals. Definitely worth doing. Even if they're medals you don't need right now, you never know when you could. So get these done. Have them in the bank for whenever you do need them. Let's see, the Global Stone here. So this is renewed for part 2. Basically, it's just... Actually, I think these are the part 1 ones, right? So these are all... Here we go, part 2 right here. So it's just consume stamina all the way up to 777. Once you've done that, you've gotten all your global stones. You're able to actually use these in the Baba shop to choose characters from. If I can find it, I didn't have it already pulled up like a dingus. Oh, you turd. All right, let's go here, bam, bam, bam. Okay, so now this is the list of characters that are in there. I kind of made a video going over this at the beginning of the celebration, recommending that you wait until the end to see what all happens during the celebration before making your choice. If you've already spent your stones, hopefully it's on stuff that you actually really wanted. But you know, we'll make another video kind of closer to the end of the celebration. I'll give it like maybe a week or so before the end of the celebration, kind of going over this again and giving my suggestions for who you should pick based off of everything that we've seen from the Global Dokkan campaign. This right here is the new event for where you're going to actually get the LR free-to-play Nova Shenron. So he is just straight up an LR. You are not going to have to Dokkan Awaken him, go through the steps, do anything like that. It's literally just complete the missions and you're going to get him. So if you see right here, some of the missions: complete phase 2, clear the event, clear it twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, do it with only super attacks, deal X amount of damage, at least 4 Shadow Dragon Saga, 4 GT Heroes, all 5 types. So a bunch of different missions. I think you're going to get 20 copies of him. So remember, that's not going to be enough to fully boost his super and open his hidden potential. So don't feed him all into his super attack right away, because he's going to be able to eat them all and you're going to run out and you're not going to be able to open his hidden potential. So definitely don't do that. I don't know if you can actually get like I don't think you can actually get like drops of him from it. I think it's all just missions. So definitely be careful when you feed in the Nova Shenron stuff. Get a copy, feed in his hidden potential, and then work on his super attack from there. And yeah, we'll make a whole video. I'll make a video going over this as well. Me running through it, me getting him, and then using him and all that stuff too. This right here is an update for the story event, the Dragon Ball GT, the Shadow Dragon Saga. So they just updated like the EX skill orbs that you can get from it. I don't know if they actually have the drops in here. They probably don't. I mean, they're just going to be Shadow Dragon Saga exclusive EX skill orbs. They've kind of boosted them. They're not super crazy, but they are better than what they were. So definitely worth running through this stage. I think you can do it once a day. So definitely worth doing. Make sure to get those free skill orbs and try to boost up your Shadow Dragon Saga characters. Oh, that was weird. Okay, thanks, computer. So the Special Battle 2025 has added 2 more stages. So stage 1 was obviously against the Goku Black Zamasu. Stage 2 was the Goku and Vegeta. Stage 3 is now going to be against Omega Shenron. And then stage 4 is going to be against Gogeta. So I expect these to be pretty tough fights. I haven't really looked at them yet. I haven't seen anything for them. I'm going to go into them blind. But this is where you're going to be able to get the EX skill orbs for these specific characters. So definitely want to try to make sure to do that. Get these skill orbs for them. These are probably going to be pretty tough. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. What the hell was that? The last thing here is the Elder Kai banner is available until the 8th at 1 a.m. Okay. If you have been around Dokkan long enough, you know that we all like to talk about the Elder Kai banners and the stone sales being indicators of the next celebration or the next part of a celebration. If the Global Dokkan campaign goes until the 11th and the Elder Kai banner goes away and renews on the 8th, the stones do the same thing on the 7th. We saw this from part 1 to part 2, where we all thought everything was going to start on the 24th. It started a day early. Now, I'm thinking part 3 / the EX part will most likely begin on the 7th or 8th. Now, will there be another summon? Probably not. But also probably. So let's think about it here. This is where my speculation comes in, and I'm sure people are tired of hearing about it. But I am still dead set on, if Omatsu wants to like have the ultimate hype celebration and just like completely feed the fan base, he will do another video or something, producer's letter, where he comes on and he goes, and we have one more bonus. And then bam, Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku on screen. It's me coping again. I'm going for it, thinking, if they did the 10th anniversary, it had 6 LRs. We've only had 4 for this. Now, did I expect them to do 6? No. Could they still? Yeah, they could. They could do a part 3 or an EX part with an LR, Daima Goku, and Goma. They could, right? It's about securing the future, breaking through. You had Future Saga. You had breaking through to protect the Earth with GT. Breaking through to protect the future of the Demon Realm with Goku and Goma. I don't know, man. It just speaks to me. It speaks to me. I'm ready for it. I'm trying to speak it into existence here. So let me just have it. Just do it. But yeah, I mean, that's my speculation. I think part 3 is probably going to start around that time. If not, maybe a little bit earlier. And then kind of just go for the next like 2 weeks, which does, you know, kind of run into the next maybe celebration, if the next celebration wants to start on the 11th, or they have this just kind of run a little bit longer and kind of feed in a little bit more time before we run into what it should be the new Tanabata celebration. So, you know, it adds up if they want to do another 2 week thing there and then another 2 week filler and then roll into the new Tanabata. The timeline adds up. You know, if you think about that, the 2 week into what they would do for the community fest, roll right into Tanabata stuff and just kind of float from there. So I don't know, we'll see. It's me with my Coke glasses on again, but right now that is all the information that I have for part 2 of the celebration. They will be releasing more stuff like EZAs that they announced, events, stuff like that will be coming later, ideally next week, early next week, and through the week we'll be getting that stuff. So looking forward to that. But for right now, I think that's going to do it for the video today. So if you guys stuck around to the end, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of part 2 of this celebration. Do you think they knocked it out of the park? Or were you expecting more? Yeah, just let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!